I used acrylic paints, a paintbrush kit from De La Roni, great variety here. I would also use these for oils, and I also bought some Pro Art from Cassart Sabline brushes, which are synthetic sable, or as you might call them, happy little brushes. I used a synthetic boot I bought in a sale and acrylic paint, and first of all I decided on the shape of my work and where to place it, and I painted a white background using acrylic paint because you're going to have greater flexibility. It will crack, but it'll last a bit longer, and the same goes if you use leather as well. With the nun's outfit, obviously it's very mono, black and white. So as I'm painting, again, because I'm using acrylics, I am trying to construct the flow, and it's a lot of imagination. So I'm trying to put in a flow of robes and fabric because I won't have that much leeway to do fine detail and actually build up a flow. So when I'm doing something like this, I try not to make it too pointed, but to give it a softness. So I'm going through this with a very fine paintbrush and just softening out the folds, softening out, just to give you a couple of hints. So what I wasn't able to get was an affordable palette. So I'm just using the cap of my titanium white to mix together a skin tone for my nun, for her hands and face. So I used some yellow ochre, some titanium white and a tiny bit of permanent rose, and just mixing that together. So just a very simple mix. When you're painting a face, I'm just thinking about proportion. So I have a wimple here. Think of it as almost like an egg shape, and you want to put your eyes basically slightly above where the ears would go, the nose and the lips about here. So just get a sense of proportion. I'll try and take a photograph, which I wouldn't normally do, but I'll mark it out. And because your boots are really going to attract attention, you see I'm really trying to build up on some shadow and light. I'm using warm tones here. I will add some blues. If you want to make it more gothic, you could add more bluey tones than the warmer tones, but you can see here, and I'm also thinking about where the light's going, so I'm prepping for that. So I'm just building up on the blue tones here and here, and you see how little actual black there is, because I'm building up movement, thinking about the tones, adding interest. Well, I've had a very nice afternoon in the garden, painting my boots. Would you like to see them? I think maybe this one's finished, so one more to do. So a nice simple design. I think it's nice and eye-catching. My Reverend boots. There's a nun doing a handstand. That was the original inspiration. And just a really simple colour palette. Kept everything fairly clean. Rather eye-catching, aren't they? Isn't it? There's one more to come. And I didn't film them terribly well, so here's another look at my nuns on the run. Just one boot today. The other one actually looks great, just plain, so I'll have a think about whether I keep the other one plain. Asymmetrical is quite a good look, so I wouldn't even bother trying to replicate things identically. I just chose nice bright colours, very simple palette. I painted a white background first, so I envisaged what the nuns would be doing, and they're slightly naughty nuns. There you go, there's a nun being naughty. So bless you children, I hope you enjoyed it.